What's good? Welcome to another New York City video, boys. This one's a little special, and I think this guy might be right. Adobo Moto might be right. He's basically claiming that motovlogging is dead and boring or repetitive, all of the above. Basically, it's just not working. What do you think? If you asked me that question a couple of a while ago, I'd probably say hell no, motovlogging is doing well, it's thriving. But he's made some really great points that people like Chase on Two Wheels, who has over 1 million subscribers, can barely get 100,000 views, and he produces the highest level of content available to us. And I think that's a very good observation, very good point. And you're seeing a lot of people falling off, like Do It With Dan. Who else are we seeing falling off? Pretty much anybody that was pretty much active before. Motonocity fell off. Snowcat fell off. I think it's the repetitive nature of motovlogging, and to be honest, a lot of them do not have any value. A lot of them do not have any value. You're basically living vicariously, watching me enjoy my bike, and if it's something that you enjoy, you'll come back and watch me do it again and again and again and watch me do it, and then you just live vicariously through me. But realistically, there are no real essential values to most of these motovlogs. So is he right? Again, comment down below. I want to know. I want to know your thoughts if you think this guy is right. And just to kind of give you guys context of who Adobo Moto is, he's been doing YouTube for a long time. He managed to bump his audience from TikTok to be moved over to the YouTube sphere, and managed to make this like a full-time gig, and I think that's very impressive. And he has some specific tactics that he uses that I think that are very interesting, and he constantly tease or have like really gay innuendos about Gixxer riders. And by no means does this guy hate Gixxer riders. Gixxers are very reliable bikes. Granted, they're just a squid bike. But he uses that energy by quickly baiting these guys and dropping little small gems, talking trash talking, to get them riled up to come. And for some strange reason, they constantly, continuously watch and comment. So somewhat a little negative publicity goes a long way for him, and it works. And he does the same thing with Icon or Rock, and he just finds like little spots to kind of nitpick, you know, and be unrated, and just, you know, say whatever he wants, say whatever he feels. And I think it's pretty dope. I wonder who was the last person we had that was pretty blatant like this. It's been a while since we actually had a very nice. Guess this guy didn't check his mirrors, huh? Oh well, never let it get to you, boys. You're on the road, you're riding, you're focused. That's it. Water under the bridge, in my opinion. Yeah, so he used these innuendos. He disses Icon, disses Real Rock, anybody, and use that as like energy to convert into positive energy towards his channel. So very interesting, to say the least. Now, is motovlogging repetitive? Yes. Is motovlogging boring? I'm gonna say no, because what happened is, what's interesting about motovlogging, he's looking at motovlogging from the aspect of a content creator, and he doesn't watch them, so he just creates them. But they are definitely repetitive and can be pretty boring if you look at it from a standpoint of rinse and repeating, right? For sure. Now, my real take on motovlog personally, is it dead? Yes. Is it valid though? Yes. Motovlogging has becoming a springboard. What Adobo Moto is doing is exactly what 650E did, Campese chased it. So every so often, motovlogging becomes a thing, everybody starts doing it, and a big batch of people falls out because they realize it's very difficult, it's very challenging, and it's a lot harder than they're expecting it to be. So they fall out and drop out, and then people like Chase on Two Wheels reinvent themselves. People like some of the other people they just completely vanish, right? But motovlogging is not really dead. It's actually at a transition. Meaning, before, when people used to sell like e-tag, they used to sell like stickers, and then it transitioned to doing t-shirts. Some people felt some type of way, right? And some people might have never ridden the wave. I'm one of those people that missed the wave every time. Because, you know, in some cases, I was too hard-headed. You know, it was just like, I don't want to follow the wave. I don't want to join the wave. So my channel never took off. And I believe my own nonsense, which was quality content rise to the top, which is definitely not true on YouTube. It's a different system, a different ball game. To kind of piggyback and do a reply video, to me, motovlogging has become a springboard for a lot of things. A lot of people that love motorcycles and that's looking to make it a career, that's looking to make it a living. So it's becoming a springboard. So you have to be either a business person, a person that loves motorcycles, to be able to create that transition. So there was a point also where people are just doing Patreon, giving out bikes, building bikes, and I think it's actually on its way out. I think it's on its way out, guys, because you can only build so many carbon bikes. You can only build so many all-black carbon bikes or custom-made bikes. You can only do them so many times. You can only keep adding and making the value from 30,000, 50,000, 80,000, 100,000. And these bikes, granted, they are dream bikes, but I think this might be on its way out because most of these guys are relying on people's hope to actually win that one bike. And if you really look at it, some of these giveaways, they go for a year. They go for an entire year, really. They go for an entire year. Realistically, if you're a hardworking person, you can technically just go to work and buy the bike you want. You won't have all the mods, but you can still get a bike you want. So that's what it relies on. So the other thing Adobo Moto does, he baits a lot of big YouTubers. For example, he's been baiting K for about a year now, putting his photo on his dash, making sexual innuendos, stuff like that, or making just little smirky comments, just being clever. He's being clever and witty. Nothing personal to any of those people, but he's just using the system, using the game to actually grow and drive traffic. So one of his thoughts and takes on this was the fact that how many times someone is going to take their expensive $100,000 bike, $50,000 bike to a car meet. And it's true. You've seen them once, you've seen them twice, you've seen them all. The only thing that's left moving forward is really which bike he takes, right? So, and I struggle with this myself, to be honest. I struggle with this tremendously because I haven't found my niche. I haven't found what makes my channel tick. I thought producing content would certain quality was going to be my niche, and I was wrongly, sorely mistaken. That's not the case. YouTube is a game. YouTube is algorithms, systems in place, understanding what works, what doesn't, consistency. There's a whole bunch that goes into it, and that's the deal, right? So, like I said, YouTube is a springboard. Right now, Adobe Moto, what is he doing? He's using his content, which is a lot of vertical educational content, to springboard to the next thing. To springboard to the next thing, which he wants to create a studio and hire his friends, which is what he referenced on his video. So he's looking to springboard to something completely new, something that's beyond. Because he even mentioned that no more giveaways, no more Patreon, buying merch stuff. So he's looking past that, and I think that says a little bit about somebody that's keen on business and understanding, looking ahead. That way he's not stuck chasing. And I think I was in a chasing mode for a very long time, just making sure that I'm producing, I'm creating content, and not realizing you have to look ahead. And to be honest, there's even a couple of people that does make videos here in New York, and they're pretty shitty, in my opinion. Same thing, rinse and repeat. No real, I don't think, they're more documentaries. I mean, it's hard to say what they are. And that's including myself. Now that I'm reflecting on what I do, I love it. I think it's dope. I get to reflect and have a record of my ride. But what's the value, you know? And I'm finding I have a winning formula, and I just haven't realized that I did. Because I actually have I do contractual work with a big brand like Motivation and make money, right? And I think that's everyone's goal. So not all the time chasing the subs is the key thing. So it's really finding the thing. So I think we are currently at an impasse between motovlogging and not just motovlogging. I'm going to be clear, motorcycle content. Because motovlogging is just a springboard for the next thing that you really want to do, you know. Because realistically, when you look at a channel like Chase on Two Wheels, my thoughts was motovlogging to build series, garage build series, to shopping for a Netflix deal. That's what I'm thinking when I see what he's doing, the production level, quality, and everything else. If I'm a betting man, that's what I was thinking. And you can see what's been happening regarding the fatigues of people that's been doing this for a long time, that they fell off because they've hit that wall of there's nothing too crazy about it. You could only go so fast so often. You could only knock down so many mirrors. You could only do so many bike reviews. You could always do so many, you know, going to bike meets. You can always go to so many car meets, right? Until it becomes redundant and just a rinse and repeat. And I think that's even why you see people like Baker X Derek kind of slow down on uploading. It's pretty much maybe the similarities. Who knows? I'm just guessing here, guys, but I think he might be onto something. The real question that I think most people need to ask regarding motovlogging is, what is their plan? Well, there's a bike coming. Following. Not that important. What's your next step? What is your goal? What is it that you want to do? What you want to achieve? I think these are some solid answers for you to ask, for you to know before making certain decisions. And I think even though you see somebody like Adobe Moto saying that motovlogging is dead, he will continue to create motovlogs because that's his outlet where he talks about things. That way he gives examples. He does certain things, you know what I mean? Gotta get out of that traffic, man.